All right, great.
Hi, good evening, all the most venerable Sayadaw Sangha members, nuns, lay people, and all the distinguished participants, especially our great speaker, Htet Alinkar Kyaw. I'm very glad to meet you all in this forum. I'm Nimpo Hap, but everyone call my nickname that they have or they have, or some call my bear. So I'll be serving as the moderator tonight. To start the program, first of all, we will pay homage to the Buddha by reciting the Namo Tassa Bhagavato 3 times. Then I'll introduce all of you with the speaker from Bangkok Chulalongkorn University, second year students majoring in chemistry. And after that, our speaker will take the floor. He will speak, share their experiences, and after that talk, we will open the Q&A sessions to everyone. And then we will invite Go Amo or the founder Sayadaw. He's a little bit sick and dizzy, so I'm not sure he can join the whole 2 hours. I'm not sure. We'll give the appreciation of the token of appreciation to provide the certificate to the speaker. And the forum will conclude by reciting the Buddha Sasanam Sirantojati for the 3 times. So before we start, may I humbly request all of you to mute your speaker, not to disturb the speaker, but when you have Q&A sessions, please unmute and ask directly to the speaker. Thank you so much for your participation. Please mute your speaker when the Htet Alinkar Kyaw is speaking. So let me introduce with the speaker. Our distinguished speaker today is the youngest one in the forum, the second year applied chemistry student from the Chulalongkorn University. And she's a student as well as she's a part-time translator, English and Thai, working as a part-time at the students in Chulalongkorn University. So we are very glad to welcome Htet Alinkar Kyaw. Now the floor is yours. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Siama. Firstly, I would like to express my respect and gratitude to Tavagu Edu, Venerable Sayadaw and Sayali, and all the participants joining today's session. Today's topic's gonna be how to increase performance by changing our relationship with time. Let me share my screen really quick. So in this session, we will explore why time feels very in scarcity and how that feeling shapes in everything we do. So today's agenda will be, in section 1, I'll introduce the idea of the time trap. In section 2, I will examine the time management as a tool. And in section 3, I will show how time management itself can create a new trap. And lastly, I will reflect on our topic and our relationship with time. So let's start about the fact that we all know. So we all know that our time is finite. We all have 24 hours a day in our daily lives. So the question is, why do we feel like we never have enough time? So I'm going to answer this question in this session. Let's start about the fact that what is the time trap? The time trap is living with a persistent sense that time is in scarcity mode and we feel that the time is never quite enough. So let me show the research. They show that people who feel short on time report higher stress, lower well-being, and reduced sense of control. So here comes the cycle of the time trap. Let me use this concept called tunneling. So when we feel that the time is in scarcity mode, our attention narrows and our focus on what is important is not in the mode. We really rush it to the urgent tasks that we need to do, but we don't focus on what is important. And that is what matter in the cycle of the time trap. The concept is that we don't focus on what is important and just focusing on what is urgent. So this isn't a personal failure. So in our daily lives, it's easy to think that, oh, I need to manage my time better. I need to um, manage my daily schedule better. I don't manage my time very well. We often feel like that. But research suggests something different. This is not our personal failure. This is about the world that we're operating in. This is not our problem, and this is just the world that we are operating in. So after the topic of time trap, let's talk about the efficiency trap, which is also called the efficiency paradox. So in daily life, we use technology as a tool to foster the jobs and our busy schedules. So even as technology makes us more efficient, I think our life doesn't become like a lot of easier in our hectic schedules. It often feels faster and very demanding in daily life. So, but we still feel more rushed and short on time than ever because we,
Um, can you adjust the PowerPoint slides a little bit, make it rectangular so that we can see the bigger screen?
yes.
Okay, thank you.
So even as technology makes us more efficient, we often feels like it's faster and it's very more demanding. And we still feel more rushed and short on time more than ever because of the efficiency trap in our mindset. So let's look at this diagram for a while for the efficiency trap. So when we feel short on time, we often feel that we need to do more efficient. We need to manage our time better. So let's start with here in this diagram. So we increase our capacity to do more first. And then we, as I said, we urgently focus on more tasks to be done, more requests and more expectations that is coming through in daily lives. And then again, our time fills up more. And then finally, we feel short on time again. We feel that our time is scarcity. The 24 hours is not enough. So this is the trap that we all feel when it comes to efficiency. So when the time feels so scarce, and so what do we do? So we have to look at the concept of efficiency over meaning. Are we living our life peacefully and meaningfully, or are we just rushing out every day with the trap, with the time, and with the efficiency trap? And instead of prioritizing getting things done, we have to focus what is matter and create a meaningful life. And then for this topic, I will explain detail later in the other slides. So the thing is, when we feel that the time is not efficient, we feel that we're just spending our time, but we're not necessarily living it. This is the start of the topic that I will be discussed later on about meaning. So let's talk about the topic for time affluence. So here is the opposite one with the previous slides. So people who feel that they have time, not necessarily like more hours, people who feel like they have time, they have more sense of control and alignment so that they become more happier and live in the greater life satisfaction. So in this slide, the key topic is the issue is not just how much time you have. The issue is how you experience and relate to the time you have. So let's go to owning our time. So we discussed about the time trap and the efficiency trap already. So this is how we own our time meaningfully. So in this diagram, I showed three different things under the topic of the time trap. So in order to own our time, we need to think carefully about what is the purpose of the life, what are we doing, what's the activity that we are constantly doing in our daily lives. Are we constantly having time trap, or are we owning our time? So let me explain more about the meaning that I introduced about. So when we hear about the word management, we often feel stressed because we have to manage things. So also the word time management is the word that makes us feel stressed because we have to manage. So in order to overcome that, we can shift the meaning to meet we can shift management to meaning so that we will not feel more control for the schedules. So let's talk about three categories of meaningful time. How do we make for a meaningful life? So the first one is purpose time. Are we having a purpose in managing our time? The second thing is we can learn, explore, and grow activities that we like and that we enjoy without overwhelming us. And then the third thing is we can invest in relationships, well-being, and good connection in order to find the meaningful time. Also, we can ask ourselves these three questions that what activities do we value? What do we value? And what are our values? These questions makes us feel more choices, more progress and connection without overwhelming. And when we ask these questions ourselves, I think we will find more meaning in our life as well. So there are several meaning in our life that I discussed earlier. So let's discuss about the real meaning of the reflection versus intention. So we often do that. Oh, sometimes, oh, I need to reflect this, what I have done. But reflection is just you reflect it. It is not something that you find meaning in yourself. But for intention, it's the meaning of activating the real meaning in your life, which is quite different from the reflection. This is also one of the most important concepts in finding meaning in your life. So when it comes to intentions, let's talk about the intentions that we have in a daily basis. So as we can see here, we can see big intentions and small intentions. So what if we often think about big intentions? It can feel trapped because large intentions feel often too big and we cannot act on immediately. And it seems like urgent and it's too big. And then it can be delayed and avoided. It's like wasting our time when we start focusing on the big intentions. So if the intention is too large, we don't act it on. But on the other hand, if we intend on the small wins, we can create momentum, motivation, and well-being. And also, it creates greater sense of efficiency so that finally we can feel the real meaning of life by creating and imagining the small wins instead of starting big with the too large intentions. So let's pause and reflect for a while for the previous slides. We can ask the questions, for example, what expectations shape how you use your time? For example, you can think work, family, are you using your time every day for your work, for your family, for your very busy schedule? And the other question is your experience of time something you control or something you're reacting to? It's very overwhelming when you are reacting to the time, but you're not in control of your time. That's what we feel in the time trap. And we feel like we don't have enough time. And the last question is, are we responding to what matters or just to what feels urgent? Just what I discussed earlier, I think we have to focus on what is important first, then focusing on urgent matters and start with the big intentions. So the key summary slides will be the time trap is not a personal failure. It is just a systemic condition. So let's talk about the time trap again. And so in order to summarize this, we can start with awareness. So we have to start with recognizing the trap first. And then the second is we can connect time to meaning, as I discussed earlier. So when we have done connecting with it, we can take action, which is relate our time to meaningful life, which is shifting the word management to the word meaning. The closing thoughts will be the three main concepts that I talked earlier as well. So reflection and intention. The two concepts are a bit different, but the concept of reframing is we attach meaning to responsibility time by connecting it to why. So after we think about the concepts of reflection and intention, we can move on to reframing. It is something that we can connect the meaningful life to the responsibility that we have for time and the meaning of why, the purpose that we are living in our daily lives. Thank you so much. This is the end of my presentation. And thank you all, Venerable Seattles, all the participants for listening. I'm sorry if I speak quite fast. Any questions are welcome.
Siamatehan, you are muted. Hold on a second. Let me adjust the setting. Okay, everybody, you can ask questions now. Sorry.
Thank you so much for your wonderful presentation. Now open the floor for Q&A sessions. Please do ask Q&A. Nobody?
Okay, we have one. Then Yadana.
Yes. Firstly, what I would like to know is how do you manage your time? Like, would you like to share your experience? I did the major that you're studying right now needs quite intensive of time, right? So how do you balance your study and then work and also other personal life as well?
Yes, like you have said, my major in chemistry requires a lot of balancing out, and I need to spend so much time on studying. Um, for balancing my time with my personal life and studying, I think for studying time, I study, but for personal life, like for example, after I come back from school, I study for a while for 2 hours first, and then um, rest for a while, and then study back with the proper schedule. With I often make my schedule with the Google Calendar, and I think that solved my problem with managing time.
Oh, thank you so much.
So if nobody asks, may I ask for your time management? I
Oh,
think
I
if
saw the Siama E raised hand over there. Sorry.
Yeah. Hello. Hello, Tata. Thanks for well-structured presentation. Pretty technical, yet with quite a number of tips and all. But now we talk a lot about the first question you already answered about the work-life balance and all these stuff. Now we are talking about working smart rather than working hard. So when you talk about efficiency as part of time management, I think that would be really a nice thing that you touch. We these days talking a lot about training, development. I think efficiency really talks rather than saying reflection and pose and intention. All these are there, but those people who are managing time need quite a number of efficiency depending on who you are and where you are. So I think that could be a quite interesting point to add on. Thank you, Tete.
Yes, thank you so much. That's a great point to add on.
so. If nobody asks, may I ask? Not asking, just the chatting. So I think that all the university in Thailand they have to participate a lot of activities. Since my time with the Thammasat and Chula and your Chulalongkorn University is the pink, our Thammasat is the orange, and football we always fight yellow and orange. So I think every students or every teachers have a lot of activities, a lot of extracurricular works to do. So how do you manage? Do you participate in any sports or any, the participation activities? And how do you manage your study life and the other activities? And just very personal, you are the devout Buddhist. So how do you practice your Buddhist, the morality things that in your time management? Can you share just, just for the not informally asking you? Thank you so much.
Yes, as you said, we have, yes, tons of activities in our study life. So for the extracurricular activities, as you asked, I joined the badminton club at school. And to manage my time, I think the extracurricular activities that we have at school I think they have the separate time with our class schedules so that we can join this in the separate time. And then yes, for the other activities, we have like senior junior bonding relationship and yeah, and then oh, for the Buddhist question that you asked me, I am in the Buddhist club of Chulalongkorn University. So
great.
every evening at 4:30 p.m. they have prayer session, which lasts about 15 minutes. So I join there nearly every day, and then we have site visits to we have pagoda visits to um, some famous pagodas in Thailand, and we visit there like once a week in Buddhist club.
Great. So you can manage your time very well.
I think so, but not too much.
Thank you.
I guess maybe, can I jump in real quick?
Yes.
Yeah, I was thinking you mentioned breaking down big intentions into smaller manageable when you mentioned the big intentions. One thing that I find that helps with the big intentions is to break them down into smaller manageable pieces. So that way it makes them easier to get done. And when I was at work, I used to use like Microsoft Project. It seemed like it helped me keep track of things, but now I usually use something like Excel or something like that. That's all.
Okay, so you were talking about managing your schedule, right?
Yes. Hmm.
I really like the fact that you present about the efficiency trap. And then, yeah, I have a lot of example, but do you have any example that you get in the efficiency trap?
Oh, yes. My experience in studying. For example, if I study 2 hours and after 2 hours, sometimes I don't feel like efficient and I don't feel like it's productive. Um, I think it's kind of efficiency trap because yeah, I'm studying in front of laptop, but I think in my mind, sometimes it's not efficient. It is not studying well in my brain.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So I feel the efficiency trap in the different way because you are getting efficient at doing something. So people ask you more or you take on more projects. And then the more you're efficient, the more workload you take on or the more workload you have been given. And then you try to be more efficient at it. And then people saw it and then they give you more and more work on. So for example, the way that I feel is that I can finish my project a lot quicker with more effectively. So my boss see it. So my boss see it. My boss give me more assignment to do, and then after that I finish very efficiently, and then I get more assignment because in Burmese time we call it became a tamit lemma. So you're good at it, so you became a more and more you became you get assigned more and more workload. So it became a trap that the more you're efficient, the more you get in trouble in terms of the more you don't have time, not in trouble. So yeah, that's how I experience it.
Is there any questions?
So if nobody has question, then I get another question. So I saw that there are three different type of time. And then I don't remember exactly. If you can go back to the slide, that would be awesome. And then how do we categorize the time that we must do, that we have no choice? Because usually we feel that I have no choice, but I have to go to work. I have to do this, I have to do that. So how do you categorize that time?
Yeah, for this question, I remember the book called Seven Habits of the Teenagers. In that book, I think to manage time well, the thing that you said, if we don't have time, how do we manage time? We have to do this, we have to do that. In this time of situation, I think we have to be parted to four parts. The first thing is we have to focus first on what is important, what is matter. And then the second part is we can it is important, but we can wait. And the third part is not important, but it is urgent. And the fourth part is we can wait and it is not urgent anymore. So I think for that concept, I think we can manage our time better when it comes to busy schedules. Like we have to do this, we have to do that.
Thank you, Alinda. Yeah.
So may I ask you, if you want to read more about this topic, can you suggest any citation, the reference book, the name and the author?
Yes, I found some of the really useful useful ones on the Harvard course, and it's taught by the professor, psychological professor from Harvard University.
Yeah, I know the name of the professor. We can find in the YouTube, right?
Yeah, some of them are on YouTube, but some of them are not.
So
I
when
will
you
find
do
the name.
yeah, the citation, you know, it is very interesting. And any scholarly works that I can read, or maybe YouTube link, it would be wonderful. Thank you.
You know, one thing that I noticed regarding the framing is kind of like pain management also, the way that in the Buddhist, the way that how we observe Vedana is going to change the way that you perceive things, what we label as pain. So now is that it's like I feel I see the similarity in framing in terms of using the time. Not that we have more time, but we just want to make it more meaningful. It's kind of like living meaningfully, framing in terms of just use it and then just live the life through the how do you call it? Your life is managed by the situation. So now, after seeing a presentation, I feel like there's a similarity in a lot with the Buddhist concept that finding meaning in life. A lot of Western psychologists and then Western teacher talk a lot about that too. And then finding meaning is more important than trying to managing it mindlessly. So it's very interesting topic
Thank
and
you
very
so
interesting
much.
perspective. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
About other participants, any questions? Not questions, just chat with the topic or the speaker. So quiet today?
I believe that everybody is having a reflection time. So, Seattle and other Seattle, how do you see it in the Buddhist lens? in terms of our religious practice. I just mentioned that I see a lot of similarity in terms of meaning making, setting intention, and reframing. So, how do you any comment, any insight on the Buddhist practice related to the way that we reframe time?
Are there many CRLs participants? Was it Sumana from SSBU? Please speak something. Something to make a joke is when we sit for the meditation, when we have the very, very strong Vedana, and this is something with the time trap. We want to finish the time
Okay. It is pretty dry, quiet. Yeah, me. Sorry, more. Again, as a layman, when you talk about time management, when you are dwelling a lot of time on little something, what we also need is focus, concentration. Some people, they might be taking lots and lots of time, long time. Probably back to my first question, either because they don't have enough intelligence nor efficiency, or another thing, focus.
Yeah.
When you can really concentrate, if you are very intelligent or good worker, sometimes it happens all the time to us. You might be pretty occupied with your, I don't know, a lot of things in life. So when you like to attach to Buddhism, we keep saying about mindfulness, something like concentration, focus at the present. That could be another little remedy for time management, I think.
Yes, very good insight here, Mike.
Okay. So, Dagamo, please repeat your question for me. My international my internet connection is weak.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes.
Oh, that's all yours, Popo. Go ahead.
Please repeat your question, Dagamo.
Oh, so you're asking about my question. So my question is like the way that Alinga present about times has a many parallel in terms of pain management. That is the how do we observe Vedana. That is my first comment. And then second one is that in terms of Buddhist perspective, whatever that presenter presented, any insight in terms of how we manage time in the Buddhist lens.
How can we observe Vedana, right?
Yeah, Vedana, that's the first one. I don't know you you hear about it. The second one is that in the religious practice that we do in terms of meditation or the Buddhist teaching, how do we manage time and conceptualize the relationship with the time? So that's the questions for Seattle's and Seattle and all the Dhamma friends.
Right now, I think in Vedana, maybe we can translate mostly suffering, but at that time, we have to separate two, mental suffering and physical suffering, right? Right?
Yes, okay.
Yes, every monk are vulnerable. Sometimes I learn even small literature such as Mangala Sutta and Metta Sutta, right? Metta Sutta. You know, every mental suffering, physical suffering, we need to be patient. Yeah, Kandija. So I said, right, Kandija. This is in Mangala Sutta, right? Kandija. This is be patient. Every suffering has the end. Every suffering, even mental suffering, physical suffering, has the end, right? So, for me, I believe Buddhist literature and practice uh, in this since my younghood up to now, I have never feel deeply physical suffering and mental suffering. Right? I think this is because I understand the Kandija. I believe, right? I believe Kandija. I'm not telling I have reached a higher Dhamma level. No, I'm not meaning that. I'm just following Kandija. Even you know, in my young life as a young novice, as a young man, we eat today lunch rice, right? Today lunch, right? When my novice man, like maybe around 40 or 15 years, we eat today lunch rice we keep in a cool box to eat tomorrow morning as a breakfast. I think, why do I eat these out of date rice? I think that time I hope the end, but that time I don't have I don't have money to buy something from tea shop, from the store. I believe myself that in the future I can end the process, this suffering. I want to eat breakfast because even we don't have a dinner. When we wake up, we want delicious breakfast. Maybe even not delicious, fresh breakfast, right? That time I believe, I think my suffering has the end. That time, this is my observing the dukkha
Mm.
suffering, right?
Yeah. Oh,
Even
it's very, yeah,
yes,
very right. When we are suffering, we need to kanti. So kanti is kind of like the way that we try to relate with the suffering time, because I feel that when we are suffering, the time seems eternal. It's a long time. So
yeah,
by putting a kanti practice into the meaning, kind of like make the suffering time more meaningful. Right. So without Kandi, practicing Kandi or without thinking about Kandi, then that will be difficult to go through that suffering time, I believe.
yes. This
Yeah,
is
Bobo. Yeah.
my opinion right now. Maybe
Yeah.
some Seattle has a good answer, better answer, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you
You
for
know,
it's insightful. Yeah.
okay. By the way, I have some question for Miss Lenga Jo. Uh,
Yes, from Paul.
firstly, appreciate you have a beautiful name, right?
Thank you,
So,
Papa.
according to I think your topic name, what is it? Wait, uh, how to increase performance by changing your relationship with time, right?
Yes.
So, I think, uh, can you believe? Can you believe relationship in this present time, just like that relationship, I mean, not family membership, not friendship. I just mean, a romantic relationship, right? These days, how do you, just like how do you observe now's day relationship? can you believe there was a strong relationship or loyalty relationship in this present time? And just maybe my question out of your topic. You got me?
Yes, I got your question.
Yeah. Now
Yeah,
this is, I
to
mean, yeah, some people or relationship people are trying to cheat because of this day is very easy to in touch many ways. Just like everyone can mention any social media, maybe TikTok, Bible, Google, uh, anyway, Telegram, right? In this present time, some my student or my friends, they try to discuss with me how do I control my boy, how do I control my girl. Even I got her or his relation, sorry, uh, uh, social media account, even I control. But how can he cheating me? I hear always like that, like that, like that. So my question is very easy. Can you believe that in this nowadays relationship? How do you find out?
yes, as you have said, Popo, the loyalty, as you have said, loyalty, not cheating, those are the thing that nowadays people doesn't have anymore. And I believe and I accept that romantic relationships um, these days are like more rare, and like they just depend on, as you said, they just depend on social media accounts, they just chat, they just uh, talk. I think there is so rare that intense relationship is like being in our life.
Yeah, I would like to add something on that because of any relationship. Now we're talking about relationship with times, right? So there has to be reflection, intention, and then reframing mean that the meaning. So any relationship, either a relationship with time or other people or with parents or romantic or even with your boss and even with your own life, the reflection, intention, and reframing are very important because without the meaningful relationship, anything is not beneficial. So maybe we can see it in the lens of moha, and then also with a good intention, we can kind of think in a way of sadhana. So any relationship is important because this time we are focusing on relationship with time, so we can see in the same lens about any other relationship, either times or interpersonal. So that should be meaningful and intentional. And then also, of course, we have to have wisdom and kudo akudo, which one is good and which one is bad. So that would make the whole world a lot better in terms of our society and the environment.
Is there anyone question?
So yeah, any other questions or comments?
Question or adding something to the topic?
So if not, then Siama Dehan is back to wrap up. But before that, I would like to make one final comment. From the presentation, what I have is that, we today topic is about time and how do we relate with time in the relationship with time. So one thing coming to my head is the staying at the present moment. So in our meditation practice, we talk a lot about stay at the present moment, be mindful and stuff, which is really important. So for the spiritual practice, being mindful is very good, but also there has to have attached meaning. I believe that most of us think about be free from suffering and attaining nirvana, etc. So this is how we relate our time together with the meditation practice and staying at the present moment. So I can greatly relate to staying at the present moment in terms of relationship with time. Oh, Sierra Shin Tamika.
Tamika, Sarah Tamika.
Yes, thank you. So, so now my voice is not good. Okay, may I ask you, Shamati, huh? Hello, how are you?
Yes, I'm okay.
I will ask you directly.
You're asking to the
So,
speaker?
no,
Yeah, ask
for
it to
you.
you.
Okay.
I will ask you.
Please go ahead.
My voice not good after my illness. Sorry. So, okay, so I want to ask you, Shamati, huh? So, do you trying to increase your performance by changing your relationship with time?
My performance.
Do you
Can you
try? Do you try to increase your performance by changing your relationship with time?
relationship with time?
Yes. Do you try to increase?
Performance?
Yes.
I think I hope so because not always, but sometimes. Um, sometimes I'm the multi-purpose person, even though I'm in the Buddhist university, and my hobby is music, and I'm the musician. So sometimes I'm very tired with my reading and writing, with my study. Then I feel like I try to make myself more activity. With sometimes I have some idea pop up and I write the songs. Some lyrics pop up, or sometimes some tune or music pop up and write it down the musical note. So this is something to increase my activities. So sometimes this is one way to, the outlet, one way of outlet. So when I'm very headache, as you all know that SSPU is always reading, writing essay,
Yes, yes, yes.
writing essay. So this is something to increase my activities, even though the midnight or 1 or 2, sometimes I try to listen to the music or write the composing the songs, or sometimes I write some article. So this is among the pressing time, and I try to find it to increase the activities with the time relationship. This is how I make myself relaxing and to escape from the stress. Do I
Yes, I
answer your
think
question?
yes, such this your activities is increasing in your daily time, daily life. It's increasing. Yes. So now I want to ask you, speakers. I understand this topic name, but I think I don't understand absolutely a lot about these topics. But how to increase performance by changing your relationship with time? How much importance that is in our life?
Yes.
Increasing performance, yes. How much important?
So as I discussed in the presentation earlier, we
Oh,
often feel trapped in terms of efficiency and in terms of time as well. So I think we all need to, yeah, for example, we always say that we need to manage our time, but what if we shift our mindset um, to live in a meaningful and purposeful life so that we can live meaningfully and also peacefully? And as your question is how important, I think that's very important to understand the relationship of time and the way we relate with our life and with the time.
yes, and I also think if someone trying to increase their performance with such situations at a time, for you and for me and for everyone, they will tire when they try to hold and to increase their performance, something like that. at the time, and can we have the stress or the can I say the pressures or stress, our feelings? Can we have?
Do you mean do we have stress managing
And
time?
yeah, if you try to increase your performance, yeah. So at that time, do you feel and have you stress or pressures like that?
Yes, of course, I have felt many stressful times
Yes.
for, yes, many stressful situations for
I
managing my time.
yeah,
But
I also
I think
yes.
if I switch to the concept of living a purposeful life, I think it will be less stressful than like managing my time.
Yes. Thank you. So Samati, hello.
Yes.
I hear from you. You trying to pour your dissertation. Have you finished?
Seattle, please, let's keep up to the current topic. We are not finished with the presentation yet, so maybe the other things not related to the presentation, we can do it in our general session afterwards. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
After closing, you can talk personally. Yeah. So now I give the priority to the speaker's topic, Htet Alinkar Kyaw. Anybody wants to ask? If
Okay.
nobody, shall we wrap things? Asia comes.
Wait. Not right yet. Not right yet. Not right yet. Uh, sorry for I cannot turn not video, no? Okay. To me, telling Gajo, thank you so much for your presentation. I cannot catch all the points because connection not connect just now. I hear clearly. And I'm thinking to ask a question, not only
Yes.
speaker, but also other participants about the time. Can you hear? The
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you hear?
Yes, I can hear you, Popo.
Okay. I think since you have the Dhamma depot as a volunteer, you are yeah. Okay. And then you are devote Buddhist. I happy to hear that you every day you participate chanting session every evening, right? And the university. Very glad to hear that. Just now, I come to my mind is that I want to hear from you and from participants that we are talking about the topic is so have you ever noted that the Buddhist portraying or Buddhist about the time, this is the base teaching of the Buddha about the time, and not from the speaker, but also I want to hear any teaching or saying about concept. Do you get my point?
Yes, do you mean
Hello?
that have you noticed any teachings from Buddha related to time?
Hello. Yes. I want to hear not only you, not only from you, but also from all the participants. I will ask one by one later. Okay, first you answer.
Time concept in Buddhism.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. Me telling Ajo, you answer first.
Yes, I think the teaching, one of the teaching and that Buddha said is we our time is finite. For example, Nesa Dukkha Anatta, we don't the time is not permanent. One day we all have to die.
Mm. Okay.
Is that answering your question?
No. Just I want to hear from everyone. Time concept, Buddhist concept on the time. Yeah.
I
There's
think
a lot of teaching, no? Many teaching. We hear from time to time. So we can share now our understanding, our note.
So yeah,
Okay,
Pongok,
after
let
speaker,
me.
please, moderator, have you ever had
I
noted
think one of
your
the
favorite
Buddhist
teaching?
philosophy class in our one of the Buddhist philosophy class, Oxford Sayadaw once discussed and raised us to argue and time and space in the Buddhist, and there is no time and space as we laymen think, and like the impermanent, and there is no space, no time. But I forgot it because I didn't choose that topic in my essay. So, but time and space in the Buddhist philosophy class once it was discussed, and my memory is very poor. I cannot share, but it is very difficult also. But of course, there is a time and space was mentioned in the Buddhist philosophy part. Not pop up in my memory now.
Okay.
So in the Buddhist philosophy, I see that you
Okay,
discuss about time two
moderator
different ways.
finish.
Pongok,
Gaji
can you hear me?
what you want to say?
Oh, yeah. I think you have some delay. So what I'm trying to say is that in the Buddhist philosophy and teaching, we always talk that anicca dukkha anatta, we can die anytime. So I
Yeah.
feel like at one point we are emphasizing that there's no time, that we have to do it now and do it meaningfully. That is one aspect. So the another thoughts that I have is like, we have lived so many countless lifetimes that if you spend another 1 hour or one lifetime, then it doesn't matter too much because you have lived so many countless. So you add one to the infinity, then it stays infinity. So in that aspect, I feel like we have infinite amount of time because we will be flowing in a samsara again and again and again. So on the other aspect, if I look at that way, we are going to keep flowing in the samsara so that we have infinite amount of time, and plus one don't make a difference. So that is one side. The other side, in this lifetime we short of time, we can die anytime. So that's a kind of things that I see, that two aspect, two framing of looking at time in our Buddhist philosophy and practice.
Okay. That's good to know. Very great. Okay, Syamaji, Dr. Maton, what is your favorite
Promote, spare
teaching?
me. Promote, spare me. From Buddhism perspective, there could be many. You are Buddhism champions here. For me, the young lady touched quite a number of things regarding time concept and relation. What I like is the respect to the time, which is also important. When you have plenty of time, when you don't have enough time, you still need to respect the time. So I think that's another area that we should talk about, respect time, so that you can start planning, scheduling, and you can be doing things on time and in time. Okay, Mama, that's it from me. Sorry.
Okay, thank you.
Something
Thank
about
you.
the Buddhist, I put in the
From
chat box.
another participant, please contribute your knowledge. No, I
Time
cannot
and
read.
space is
Someone
very
read it.
objective.
Hello, Sarah Uazara. About the time, please contribute. Hey, how about Katapanya? Long time, no talk. Peace, quiet.
Yeah, yes, today I will join later. That's why I don't know the topic and everything.
The concept, time concept.
Sarah,
Venerable Achara.
yes, can you hear me? Okay. Yeah, the time is current, it's past, present, future.
And no problem. Just you time concept. What is concept of the time? What is concept
Yes,
of the time?
the Buddha also said present.
Yeah.
To use present. That's why also even this time English present is present. So time conception is as you know past, present, future. They are the current. I believe that. That's why even the Mughal Sero said Kala Dompya is Kala is a present time.
Okay.
Pali what Kala? Past, present, future, right?
Okay.
That's what. That's,
Okay. Thank you. How about Ada? Venerable Tanzania.
Yes, Prandy.
It is
Yeah, I think the connections are not good. I think since we're about to have time, maybe we can continue with the
when you
program.
share.
I share in the chat
Because
box.
the event is a little bit quite cool. This one. How about Venerable Tamika? You are
Yes,
idea about the time.
I think about in Buddhism and the focus on living in the present time, but so our past time and is also present time. But this present time for tomorrow it will be past. So and future also will be the present. So in Buddhism, actually focus on the present time. The present time is very important about Buddhism. I don't know a lot about time concepts in Buddhist literature. I think focus on living present time. Sarah.
Okay. How about other participant? Why you keep silent? Please raise your voice. Mr. Bruce, thank you for joining. Can you share?
Oh, thank you for mentioning me. I had a pleasure being here.
Thank you. How do you assess? How do you understand the Buddhist concept on the time?
So how do I understand what?
Buddhist concept on the time.
I think,
About the
like you
time,
said, past,
Buddhist teaching.
yeah, yeah, past, present, and future, like you mentioned.
Mm. Mm.
Nothing else comes to mind at this time, though.
Okay. Let it be. Let it be. Okay. Just I want to make the event alive because a little bit quite cool. You know? Okay. The meter Lingajo, have you ever noted that we had a saying, Aditya Nanagamiya, Nabadi
Sorry,
Kingi
Papa,
Nagada.
what did you say?
I'm saying the Paliwa, Aditya Nanagamiya. The guy Almo, do you hear?
Yeah, I hear, but I don't know Bali words.
We had a very famous teaching,
Yeah,
Aditya
maybe can you
Nanagamiya.
enlighten us a little bit, explain
Yeah,
layman so that we understand?
yeah. I will search for them.
So, Pomo, since we are on the clock, so maybe let's finish up formally and then we can have an informal discussion later.
Not yet. Just not even
Yes.
9:30, not yet.
Yeah,
Huh?
because we are going, yeah. So,
Wait. I just want to share one famous Pali verse. How to share? Atita nana gamiya na badikinki anagada. It means we should not regret for the best. We should not worry for the future. We should focus on the present time. That's the teaching of the Buddha.
It's very famous methods here.
Yeah, that's why I just want to focus on that. That is it, the Paliwa. Do you know? Have you?
Yes.
Do you see?
Yes.
Another one. Tagaji Omo, do you see? Can you read it?
not yet. It's not coming down yet.
You don't see that?
It's passing.
It's coming now.
Okay.
I can see it now.
I share screen.
Okay, Zara, it's okay now.
It's simple. No need paraphrasing. Don't run back to the past. Don't anticipate the future. What past is left behind, the future is not arrived. Simple and powerful.
Can you hear? Wait. Then we telling Ajo, do you see?
Yes, I can see, Papa.
You please copy learn by heart this puzzle. Do you understand this puzzle? This translation? This
Yes.
very good. Poster 8. Adita Nwanagamiya. Don't run back to the past. Nabati kinki anagata. Don't anticipate the future. Yaraditam pahinanta apatansa anagata. What the past is left behind. The future is not right. Yaraditam pahinanta apatansa anagata. Pisopanasa yodama. Tata tata vipassati. Any present phenomena you clearly discern in every case. I like so much this teaching. So we should focus on the present in this present moment.
Yes, yeah, of course.
Yes, I want to.
Because
I
we
want
are
to
worried
keep this
about
present.
future. We are worried about future again
Okay.
again. So very stress and pressures. So when we get this mindset and this knowledge in our mind, we can reduce our stress and pressure in our daily life. It's good.
Okay, just read this one. Today is the day to kingly walk. Who knows tomorrow may bring the dead. For there is no bargain to be settled with the dead and his mighty horse. Yeah, if you do the presentation about the time, you can make quotation this one, citation. That's my present for you, the meter. Okay. That's all.
Mo, can I make
yeah.
one comment, please? Yeah,
Sure.
I'm not really sure whether it's related to time concept in Buddhism, but now that we are talking a lot of things, even teaching, learning, the other day when you talk about traditional learning, modern learning, now we have a saying, Kumo, we cannot really ignore the past. What we are saying now is we learn from the past. We appreciate the past. These are traditions and legacies. But what we want, we are embracing the present. But we still welcoming the future. So I think not dwelling too much in the past, but we learn. Okay, we better focus at the present, but we can still working for the future. We just can really divide that was past, this is present, that gonna be future. That would be pretty difficult because time really flows.
Yeah.
You can really get rid of the past. You can simply talking about future all the time. Look what is happening in today's world. So I think what Buddha said was absolutely true for certain reasons, for probably highly intellectual reasons, but practical things and works on the ground, I don't think we should completely ignore the past. They were there.
Okay.
We
Yeah,
are
of
here
course.
today.
Yeah. That is a great comment. Very sensitive issue.
Thank you,
How do you
Kamal.
comment the high office?
So shall we wrap up?
Actually,
To wrap up that time and space, I put in the chat
actually,
box. It is not the absolute reality. It only the present time is the true reality, but the other past and futures are the mental fabrications. This is just the subjective. It's not absolute reality. So to conclude, and thank you so much, Htet Alinkar Kyaw. Hope to see you again here. Your wonderful presentation. And now may I invite, on behalf of the founder of the Dr. Visuddha, may I invite Ko Mo to say a vote of thanks, the appreciation of the token of the certificate to the Htet Alinkar Kyaw. And after that, we will conclude with the Buddha Sasanam and 82 3 times. So here is certificate.
Yeah, first I would like to thank Ms. Htet Alinkar Kyaw for coming to Tavagu Education Forum and giving us a wonderful presentation. And then your presentation come up with a lot of thoughts and then insight for many of us to think about how our relationship with time and how we can improve the performance. So as a vote of thanks and appreciation, we would like to present this certificate of appreciation on behalf of Tavagu Education Forums, and I hope it will help you in some way. So thank you very much, and thank you all the participants.
So shall we conclude by reciting the Buddha Sasanam Sirantoti for the 3 times to close the forum? Thank you. Buddha is
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Stay strong, fit. Along Jamma Peking Jawasi.
Thank you.